Hey there, I welcome you all. I hope you guys are doing fine. I'm doing fine, or at least so far, because I have to announce that the summer heat has starting to pop up. It's going to be really hot next week. Anyways, for today I would like to continue and or finish off this new beautiful dam. And with that, I have some comments from the last episode. Spot Microbe is saying connect the water and you will have power. So I have the coal power thing connected up to the normal power, and it's still saying you don't have power, and apparently you need to connect the water purifier to it and then it will work. Zorlak is saying here are the keys that you need to use for the inbuilt calculator. We have a plus, minus, multiplier, divide and square. Thank you a lot. This is going to be very handy for me and or for the new people. And he also says, I can't wait to see what your build will look like once you are done. Thank you guys a lot for your comments. I really like to read and answer them. They are very important to help the channel and this video grow. So if you would like to comment but you don't know what, you can always leave one of these emojis. Alright, let's take a fresh dive into the water. This is so nice because I'm just sitting here. Maybe you don't want to know, but I'm sitting here in my underwear because it's hot. My CPU and GPU are both blowing out 50 degrees of air. I'm sitting in the room with the window closed because I'm the kind of dummy that I feel a bit ashamed to have the window open, me speaking English and whatnot. Now the first thing that I would like to do is just continue this build, see what I can do to make it look nice at the end, and then I will just show it to you. Then we're going to continue building some more of these guys, which I also do realize that sooner or later I really would like to continue unlocking some progress rather than some building stuff, because I believe that the blueprint workbench is gonna be super duper handy. I noticed that, I'm just doing the same thing over and over again right down here. So after this dam is done, we're going to complete the metal factory or the steel factory, and then I would, like to say, continue with progressing, and I would also like to do more progress in one video. So sooner or later that is definitely going to happen. Man, I really have to admit that this already starts to look way better than the first dam that I've been making. I also just like the way how it is all indoors right now. I also decided to break up the continuously windows by placing a couple of normal walls between, and I've also been making a little control house over there, which of course I made another one of these same ideas with the stairs going up. Here we're gonna go to the little control house, or better say the control room. This is just, once again, something you need to fantasize. There's like little monitors on top, and these monitors are actually, monitoring those gates that need to be open or closed. Also for the one in the back, and there will be 4 over there. There will be like control rooms over here to open and close the floodgates when it's needed. Alright, so the reason why I didn't finish it off just yet is because maybe people are interested in, how do I build certain parts, and, which in this case I would like to show you how I do that. Where the heck is my hotbar? Ah, there it is. Okay, there are more games that have this trouble. Even islands have this kind of weird stuff. Anyways, what I'm going to do first is just lay out a foundation that way. So what I'm going to do here is something that I have learned from the YouTuber Bits. I will put the link to the video in the description once again, and I'm just going to show you like how I made like the nice incline pieces. In this case I'm going to use this part for another floodgate. Maybe I can cram in one more over there. I just have to see. So you're going to need to have a couple of things. You're going to need to have like this guy right down here, a catwalk without fences if you like. You're going to have a small foundation and a large foundation. In my case, it is all up to you how you do that. Then if you want to go that way, it's the best to start out with this guy right down here, and I'm going to put on default mode. Then you place this guy like so against this guy. Then you can have this one on top. Use scroll wheel, to rotate it first. And you want to take care that the corner, at my case, is in the middle between the catwalk and the foundation near it, and or on the left side you want to also take care that the corner is at the edge of that foundation. Then you can just place it like that, and in this case I'm also going to remove this already to keep things clean. So as you can see right now it is connected up to the edges. Then place one of these right down here, and you take another smaller foundation. I like to use the smaller one so you can see more what you do, and you place it against it on this way. I'm already going to move these guys, better what's happening, and you can already see that it's perfectly connected up. And then you can do that, right? And then I've just connected all the way up to somewhere about here, and as you can see it is a little bit higher. So in this case I'm going to also use for the foundation. Oh, it is this guy, right? Yeah, okay, I could have just left it out there, but in this case it's easy to just place it back, and then you have like a perfect connected up corner just like that. So it's again the same for this side. I'm gonna place this guy here, this guy right down there, and one on top, rotate it. Take care that the corners are perfectly to the edges of the foundation where you're standing onto, which is like that. Let's remove this stuff already. Then take one, it's gonna be right out there. Then take this guy, which I shouldn't move, place it down there. Delete those two. Then like this. Place this underneath. There you have it. Just perfectly fitting up. Right, in this case I'm also going to, you know, just do the little floodgate stuff together. Connect this up to that. And then the first thing I am going to do is place this guy out here. I'm going to need to think a little bit too. I'll place this like that and that like this, right? Of course I'm going to replace this guy later on. Then the first thing I am going to do is take this barrier, because we want to have a door that is in the, you know, the whole structure. So place this guy here. Then we're going to place this guy down here. Then we're going to grab this concrete wall, and we're going to hold Control because I want to have it on there. So later on you don't see much of the back wall. Now this stuff changes color, and what I just simply do is, you know, without changing the main color, which is green, just gonna take this guy because it's concrete structure. The white is you need for that. That is how it is. Then I'm just going to take a wall if I have. So you know what? Let's just do that. I'm gonna place this on top of this guy. Then remove this one. Simply change the material. I'm just gonna go like this. Change it to that. Now I'm going to delete this guy. And you see the water already. Then I can place this guy in here. Then I'm going to take the smaller steel beam. I'm going to place it like that. And also to give this a bit of a different color, I'm just gonna go to the color stuff. I'm gonna take this black stuff, put it on there, and then it's, yeah, this is basically it. Very simple, and yeah, it works as it works. And then of course on the other side, you just need to continue the wall so you don't see concrete stuff like that. Alright, so in this case I'm just going to continue the whole show, see if I can cram in another one of these floodgates, and yeah, fix up the building. And then, yeah, let's see how we can do the back side of this. The sun just came up and it is time for another little update. I have been building it all the way to the end, but I have to be honest, I have only made one floodgate just because the spacing was very tight over there. And or I thought, let's, you know, try to add something else. I've been adding this right down here just for a decorative type of deal. It's only a shame you cannot really paint these things. Whatever it is, maybe some ventilation shafts or whatever. And then right down here, this is the result. of the last floodgate right down here. And as you can see, like, if I needed to make it until here and then go that way, I could maybe crank in one, but it is super tight space. So I just decided, you know, let's just leave it with one more. And it's also better visible from the control tower right over there. Indoors, it just looks like this for right now. So that's very nice to finish up the roof apparently. Yeah, I thought let's add in a very big window because it's like some nice nature over there. So the thing that I'm going to do right now, fix the roof and or add in the last pieces if it's about the water purifier and or the coal generator. And then after that, we're going to see how we're going to, you know, make the back of the building look nice. And so it seems like everything is up and running, which is of course very good. Got all connected up right down here. And let's just take a look at the power for right now. As you can see, I got 1800 megawatts. And what is the best thing about this whole situation here is that I can easily expand and have another one of these setups right down here. I'm not going to do it for now since I have a lot of power already. But what is the best thing after that? Well, I might have another space for another 2 setups right down there. So I'm going to have a lot of space for a lot more power, which is just very good. Of course, I'm going to need to, you know, have the upgrade of higher conveyor belt for another 2 of these at the end. But I got spot right down here for another one of these setup. Beautiful. So the only thing that's going to need to happen right now is how are we going to make this look nice. Now, of course, what I can do is, yeah, that's fine. It's just, you know, make a little way go around until maybe right down here. And then, now of course I can just do this for right now. And just, you know, this stuff. And then we have the water that comes underneath here, which is going to be very nice. Something like this out here. I think this is just very nice like that, right? Water is getting deeper here, so that's very good. Okay, we just need to take care of making it look nice. I think I'm going to also use like these beams and then just, you know, go up. Just make it look a bit fancy. Alright, so I came to the conclusion that I have a little bit of a problem, and that is because the way how things are set up that I got from this blueprint that I found on the World Wide Web. I will put a link in the description. If I forget any links in the description, then just let me know in the comment section, even if it's like 1 year after, and I will just add it. But here I got like 2 foundations out of it, which here is also the case. But over here, as you can see, that is not going to work out. And oh, that is why it doesn't work out. You know, even if I would put it a little bit off-site. Ah, snap. Well, that was kind of silly. Apparently this is normal, that it's like that. I really thought I placed it a little bit too much to the other side. But then I quickly discovered it's with all of them like that. So I'm still having this problem which, you know, it is not aimed out perfectly. But I do have an idea, maybe something that I can do on the back of the building to make it still look a little bit nice. Of course, you know, it is not something that we're always going to look at. I should not take it like too serious to say. So what I'm thinking is to just, you know, create a wall like that, and then, you know, just have a little look what I could do with, for example, a half foundation. Or maybe, you know, I should just leave it as it is and just accept it and don't have to add like anything extra. And just, you know, imagine that this water is way deeper. Water is going underneath the building and then go up. Maybe that's in the end a better thing to do. Now, one thing I will like to do is have a bit of an inclined roof. Just skip past this part, and I would like to, you know, glass it all in. Like have something very nice. And then I can just continue it all the way that way if it's about the wall and the roof. And then later on, once we add in another few setups, then I can always, you know, decide afterwards to do the foundation. Because, you know, also Now I need to know the distance between this and that in order to place these big boys. Alright, and so it is all the way finished, or at least, you know, from the outside. And I also added something extra on the inside, so allow me to show you what I have been doing. It is something that I would like to add more often to some of the other buildings in the future. And those are these supporting beams. It makes a lot more sense. It also fills in the blank a lot more. And yeah, I really like it a lot. Now of course, things could be planned out maybe a little bit better, like having a support beam go that way, go down, stuff like that. But let me show you what I've been doing here in the back. It is actually very simple. Like I've been saying, I want to add a flat roof with some of these windows in there. Makes it look very nice. Now the only problem I am having, which I'm going to keep in mind for the future, is the way things set up is that this beam is actually going through the pipe over there. Now it would have been solved if I moved up the whole show maybe 2 or 3 steps to that way, but you know, this is something that came afterwards. And yeah, I got it at every little part where I got the, you know, the breakdown of the windows to say. Then I have the beams. So yeah, wow, a lot more space for a lot more power right down here. I'm loving it. I maybe in the future I'm gonna upgrade the other dam, which I'm not going to, you know, change the outside look of it, because you know it will show like what I had in mind back then. What I have right now is down here. But long story short, I could be adding in like walls and have like a roof and an incline roof, you know, to just make it look a little bit more logic to say, since you know this wouldn't really be outdoors but indoors. Which makes me think it would be nice to have a modification to put on top of a conveyor belt to make it look like the conveyor belt has a little roof too, you know, so it does, the stuff doesn't get wet. But maybe I'm going to go too far with that. The one thing I do wish this game will have, or maybe it will be in the future, or maybe there are some mods for it, is like to have a little bit of interior type of deal. So maybe like control panels, or maybe monitors, or cabinets, you know, that kind of stuff, to just dress things up a little bit more. That would be really cool in this game, because it's something that, you know, I am at least missing for a bit. You know, having like a little chair and a desk and yeah, all that good stuff. But who knows, maybe you guys already seen some awesome mods for that. Of course, that is going to be something for after update 8 and maybe even season 2. I just have to see. I don't think season 2 will happen anytime soon anyways. Maybe if update 8 just completely breaks the game on such a way that it wouldn't be worth to, you know, start changing everything, then it might be a bit different story. But I'd rather not, right? I'd rather would just, you know, go to the end, get it all done. So in this case, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I hope you have enjoyed your weekend. If you have some ideas, feedback, just let me know down below in the comment section, and then do another episode next Sunday. Alright, meanwhile, throughout the week, I am going to need to put my butt to work and reconnect all of the iron mining to all of the factories. It's going to take a bit of work, and I'm going to need to write down how many iron I get into steel factory.